Hey, what's up guys, my name is Charlie. Today we're going to be reacting to some more Nostalgia Critic, and it's going to be Ghost Dad. Oh boy, I don't know if I've ever heard of this movie before or ever seen it. Yeah, I'm not familiar with Ghost Dad. Yeah, Ghost Dad. Don't know what the hell to expect. His dad's a ghost. I don't know. It's gonna be like Casper. I don't know. I have no idea what this movie is about. I've never heard of it. I've never watched it, and I have no idea what the hell it's gonna be all about. There's only one way to find out. Let's go. Alright.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic. I remembered so you don't have to. And I'm a ghost.
What?
Yeah, I'm a ghost. Strangest thing. I died last week watching Ghost Dad.
Zipper stuff, he didn't mean to do it, so he had to bump around the house, making it like a...
You would have done the same. But if there's anything that this movie has taught me is that death is no reason to stop working. Just keep going on with your everyday life and
Of
comedic
course.
possibilities will fall in your lap.
Sarsaparilla good.
Like the Sixth
That
Sense.
look more any
You don't know you're dead.
friend
Hey
say.
Malcolm, while I'm doing my review, could you do that outside?
Why am I doing this again?
I told you, it's the only way to continue seeing and hearing me as a ghost.
But why? There's no rhyme or reason to it.
I don't know, it just is. Now go back to
Exercises
doing
the
something, Jack
brain
Smith, stand off the
stems.
gray while reciting the dialogue to Big Lebowski backwards.
Big Lebowski, John. Would you stop the
And
fucking
why
Big
do I have to be
Lebowski?
dressed as sexy Dorothy while wearing a sombrero? Why is there even a sexy Dorothy costume? Who the fuck is turned on by sexy Dorothy?
I didn't make
Yeah.
up the nonsensical rules of the afterlife. I
What
just know
next,
that
a
if
sexy
you two
Dorothy
stop doing
dog?
that, I'll
What the hell?
disappear, the review will be over, and
What,
both
Toto
of you will be out
was
of a
it?
job. Got it?
This is a bunch of bullshit.
Up, in your Dorothy voice.
A sexy
Golly
Toto.
gee, Mr. Critic,
Wearing
this
a
sure
skirt.
is a lot
This
of
is so
bullshit.
weird.
It's but a small price to pay to be in the world of the living. Now away with you, the dead grieve at your presence.
I thought I'd like him better dead.
Dorothy voice.
I thought I'd like him better dead.
Oh,
Yes, there's a lot
Christ.
of crazy rules about the afterlife that apparently we didn't know about, but that was sort of the thing in movies for a while.
Okay.
The same way vampires and zombies has kind of been popular in media recently, ghosts were really
Ghosts. That's a
popular
great
in the
movie.
late 80s and early
Beetlejuice,
90s.
yes.
Presumably starting with the popularity of
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. After that little blockbuster, suddenly every movie had a spook, specter, or ghost in it, all connecting with either a quirky
Haunted
afterlife, a
honeymoon.
bizarre haunting, or just about anything with comedic possibilities. Well, another thing the late
Pre-need
80s and early
us.
90s liked to do was combine stuff. Yeah, because we clearly don't do that nowadays, of course.
Freddy
Enter
vs.
Bill
Jason.
Cosby, who at the time had the #1
Oh.
TV spot with the Cosby Show. He was clean, he was friendly,
This
he was
is
a
gonna
good
get
role model, and he
awkward
made everybody
fast.
laugh. That is.
Oh god.
His movie career continued to tank
Oh,
with
no.
bomb after bomb as
Oh,
Hollywood
don't
seemed to be
dislike the
hinting
video,
that unless
please.
Cosby can pull off a successful
I'm
film
just
with the
watching
next
the
one,
video,
we're gonna
I'm not-
yank him as a main star of the big screen and keep him the main star of the little screen for the rest of his life.
Yeah, we all know what happened
followed was a
to
movie
Bill
career
Cosby.
dangling on the edge, knocked over
Not
by a
good.
spitball and left in
He's-
silence where there should have been
not
laughter.
good.
This
He's in
is
prison
that
now.
spitball.
Ooh, this is awkward. Just need
Directed
to
by Sidney Poitier.
cut the tension.
Yes, that's Sidney Poitier.
They call me Mr. Tibbs.
They'll be calling you much worse after they see this film. Ghost Dad is a fascinating
Whoa.
experiment to see if two successful
It's like
people
Hollow Man or something.
re-entering two unsuccessful
cheap version.
fields can somehow produce a successful...
It's like a
Not
Beetlejuice
this.
sort of
The answer, of course,
weirdness.
is too painful to sit through, too painful to talk about, and too tempting not to have me be in pain over. So let's take a look at the final nail in the coffin that really did make Cosby's movie career a ghost. This is Ghost Dad. We see Cosby in the very familiar position that most comedic dads are in, not having enough time for his kids because he's too busy being not funny. With his wife having passed away from Get the Bitch Out of the Film ISIS, Cosby finds he has to cut corners by having
Christ, I
recorded
can't help
himself
but think-
read his kids a bedtime story.
Okay.
how wrong this is now.
For tonight, I had to work late again this weekend. Now, make me louder. Hold me up to the door. Good night, Diane. Don't wait up for me.
I never do.
You know, if he's so damn busy
Hopefully
with his job
the
and
movie's
all,
redeeming.
how did he have time to record all this? Couldn't you have spent that time making the recording to be with your kids instead?
Daddy, can you come play with me?
I'm sorry, Bun Bob, but I gotta do this recording to make up for the fact that I can't spend time with you.
You know, it's thinking like that made you do Leonard Six.
I thought we agreed never to mention that movie in this house. Things don't get much better when he forgets his oldest daughter's birthday, so he puts shaving cream and a candle on a hat.
Of course.
That ought to solve the problem.
My father on my 9th birthday dressed up in a bunny costume for a whole week.
Well, you're dressed up as a prisoner now.
Zipper stuff, you know, he didn't mean to do it, so he had to
And ain't
walk
got
around
those
the house making
zippers.
him like a bunny for a whole week.
I don't think.
Well, I'll give this
Prison
movie
jumpsuits
this.
have
I do
zippers,
legitimately
do they?
want to see him dead.
I don't know.
You forgot. You completely forgot, Bucko. Admit it.
If everything goes
No,
the
they
way
don't. I'm
I
pretty sure
think,
they don't.
The company is also going to give me a car. And if they do, you can have Grumpy.
Really?
Yes.
Really? Oh, Daddy, can I drive it today? Oh, please, I promise. I'll be incredibly careful. Ellen, I will
Thursday.
take you to work. I'll take you.
Diana.
Oh, please.
Wow, that must be
Wow.
quite the car that she's excited
Yeah, it must be a
about.
fucking
Quite the
Ferrari.
incredible, awesome piece of shit.
Wow, that
automobile
is-
you've ever seen in your life.
I was
Hey,
expecting a
maybe
fucking
next week he'll
jet
let you cruise
rocket or
around in
something.
that hot rodding minivan. You know the one with 2 entire horsepowers in it?
Well, how are you, Stuart?
And from here, Cosby takes a merry stroll down nerdy stereotype.
Oh,
Yes,
Christ.
because this movie is too lazy to steal from other stereotypes. It focuses instead on just one. The 80s nerd, and all the incarnations that this decade pushed out with it. You got the Urkel nerd, the secretary nerd, the old relic nerd, and of course, the businessmen nerds. And for a comedian who enforced that any person of any color can be in any position, there sure does seem to be a lot of crusty old white guys running things, aren't there?
Yeah,
Gentlemen,
there
you all know
are.
Elliot Hopper, huh?
Oh yeah, a black one.
Catch you tickling Mr. Nero's wife in Macy's window. All bets are off.
But things go awry when he steps into a cab driven by a crazy cab driver.
Okay.
Going a little fast, aren't we?
That's snowboard, dude. It's snowboard in New York. There are fucking crazy taxi drivers there.
Road is that way.
Hey.
Crazy minutes to, oh my god, am I a ghost dad? Oh, no. There is no way
Crazy
I'm starting
driver.
this horse crap.
Crazy
No,
taxi
I'm out.
driver
I'm
game.
gone. I'm gone. Fuck my contract. I don't care.
I give you $20 to stop. I give you 40. I've got $76. All I do is stop the cab.
Oh,
Come on, you're going
Christ.
so fast you nearly lost the giant screen projection behind us.
Do you accept the Lord Satan as the supreme being?
So it looks like the cab driver is a crazy Satanist.
Yeah.
Typical.
Okay.
As Cosby convinces him that he is Satan himself. Doubly typical?
Okay,
Convinces him to
well,
pull the cab over.
yeah, he
But
has got a
just
bit
as
of a
he sees why
Satan
white
in
people
him.
should
He,
never
he
drive
did some
cabs,
bad
opens the
stuff,
car
so
door, plunging into the river.
I believe him. He is.
He makes his way back up to find that
Partly
nobody
Satan.
can see him, and apparently nobody can touch him either. This, of course, means he comes to a horrible realization.
I mean, Bill
I'm not
Cosby
dead.
did
I
some.
know I'm not dead. I'm dreaming. I gotta wake up. Wake up.
Well, I suppose. I bet that's what he's saying in prison right now. I'm dreaming. I'm not really here. Little bastard.
That's right.
I hope that guy
He's not very
suffers.
funny in a movie on his own and desperately needs kids to work off of.
Hi, Dad.
Oh, stop saying that. It's so wrong.
Hi, Daddy.
You can see me?
What?
You can see me?
Mouth is moving, but I can't hear anything.
But in a strange combination of rules, Cosby finds that people can see him in the dark, but not in the light. And on top of that, they can't hear him even though he can hear himself.
Maybe he's
You
not
can't
dead.
hear
Maybe
me,
he's
but
just
You can see me.
dark
You
matter.
can't hear me.
Maybe.
But I can hear myself.
Maybe it's
Also,
some
if he
sort of
concentrates, he can touch
transparent
stuff, but if he
reality
doesn't, things flow
dark
right
matter.
through him. And if he doesn't keep focus, his voice doesn't match up with his body.
This man sound on.
And what else? What else? You don't put him in daylight, you don't get him wet, and you don't feed him after midnight.
Okay.
Daddy, are you going to go away like Mommy did?
No, honey. Sounds my on a wow. I'm starved. Wow.
That's the sound of him slurping cocks in prison.
It's funny how this ghost movie is supposed to be funny, but in a
Oh,
strange way,
boy.
it's actually kind of creepier than scary ghost movies.
I bet there's a
We
lot of
just
prison
hear this
inmates
creepy
that are
audio
really
listening to
lining
something
up
like The
to
Exorcist.
hope for him to drop the soap. And I make no apologies, he's a scumbag. And he must be treated as such.
Mom, you know how the kids love Jell-O pudding, and you know it's made with fresh milk, so it's wholesome.
But Cosby, it appears, is being sucked into another location. Via...
Why does he have to use all these words, really? Can we just avoid all these words?
Oh my God.
Remember me for my inaudible gibberish.
He gets transported to a genetically spliced version of Rowdy McDowell and the Dos Equis guy, who's a scientist that puts metal things on his fingers to sync up his audio. Why would that help sync up his audio?
Cause of death?
Maybe some magnetic field, polarization,
He then gives him a beaker of
causes
purple liquid and looks at a compass. I don't know why he's
scientific
doing that
explanation,
either. You know, for a scientist,
magnetic
his
field,
answer to anything afterlife related
it's a
is,
magnetic field that gets
it
you back
just
to the
is.
Earth, because the Earth has a magnetic field, so it's stabilizing his magnetic field caused by the Earth's rotation.
So, this movie clearly thinks that if
Scientifically.
Cosby plays his role as a broken Disney animatronic, somehow
I'm making
that'll
shit up. It was just a...
Which, if it was in Disney World,
trying to find
it
a
would. But here,
scientific
it's just the death of
explanation.
comedy.
The Earth has a magnetic field, so maybe connecting his body and soul to the magnetic field, his soul will be attached to the space and time to the Earth's magnetic field.
Intercorporeal maltransference. I'm the world's foremost authority on life after death.
This is why I'm in no way going to contact anybody about the absolute proof that there's life after death, but instead partake in a depressingly unfunny dialogue about having a girl's name.
In the book, it's spelled Edith.
But it's pronounced Edith.
What's the girl's name?
Edith is a boy's name.
Who are you named after?
I was named after my grandmama.
And they called her Edith?
No, her name is Edith.
So you see, it is a girl's name.
No, it's not. Stand still.
Maybe if we yell louder, this will somehow be funny.
Yeah, loudness
Then why are we
equals
still
funny.
doing that?
No! I want you to
A lot of
send
people
me
say
back.
Charlie
All right.
is
So he sends
a
him
girl's
back to
name,
his
but it's not.
family
It's a
via
guy's
light
name and a
signal
girl's
sound
name.
effects.
It's a unisex name.
Because nobody would recognize
Charlie
that
is a
sound.
boys and
And he
girls
tries
name.
to figure out what to do next.
How am I going to go to work?
Wait a minute. Seriously? Seriously? You know, call me kooky, but I think being dead can at least warrant 1 day off. But the actual reason does make a little bit more sense. In the same way that sitting on a lamp somehow makes sense. What? You see, he didn't get any life insurance, and he wants to make sure his kids are financially secured before he goes.
Of course.
How am I going to support myself and 2 kids? Why did you leave everything to the last minute?
If he can go into work as usual and get the merger to go through okay, a ton of money will be given to him that he can pass on to his kids, making sure that they'll be okay. But, have you considered this other possibility? Show everyone that you're a fucking ghost and make goddamn millions off of it? If you told that scientist, or hell, any scientist, that you'll let him study you if you
don't wanna,
donate
'cause the
said
Ghostbusters
shit ton
will.
of money, I think they would fucking do it. But no, it makes much more logical sense just to go into work as usual and have his kids turn off the light so that he can talk to people. No suspicion there.
What are they doing?
They're shutting out the light.
And even that doesn't make sense, seeing how there's clearly scenes where you can see light touching him over and over again. I mean, Jesus Christ. He's in
defies
the
all
lit
logic.
doorway. Shouldn't half of his face be gone or something?
I'm talking about the fact that I want to concentrate, and the view in the sunshine, it's distracting.
Okay, I'll buy that one.
Though nothing in the script
Wow.
has given me reason to, as an actress, I've just decided to give up.
You have to take your life insurance physical this afternoon.
So the doctor, of course in the dark,
course.
because when has a doctor ever needed light, tries listening for his heartbeat. Sounds a bit tinny, not much bass and a lot of treble, but aside from that, fine.
What the hell?
Oops, almost forgot the easily excitable nerd.
Is that the Invisible Man? What the fuck's going on? What is this? Hollow Man? What the hell is this
That face got him
Kevin
rolling in the
Bacon
aisles
shit?
on Nick Jr. He uses a replica of Keira Knightley to fake the X-ray, and all that's left is the urine
Bacon.
Give me a minute.
I'm sorry, I blasphemed. No puns, Kevin
Why
Bacon.
did
I
she
said
laugh
bacon.
at that?
But I
Do
want
they
bacon.
usually watch when a urine sample is done?
Give me a minute.
Bacon sandwich.
I have some
bacon
issues.
roll.
Some sick, creepy, authority alerting issues.
So he sneaks in to steal some of Dana Carvey's Turtle
Pizza
Man's
with
urine for the same
cheese
test,
and slices of
because
bacon.
apparently he never looks down to aim when he does this kind of stuff.
Oh. Why am I watching two old men take a
This is
piss?
what you think of
What
when
the
you think of
fuck
a
is
kid's
this?
comedy. A creepy shirtless guy's hand getting disturbingly close to an old guy's junk in the middle of a bathroom urinal. A family picture.
Well, it makes sense considering.
Thus, the fiscal is complete, and for some reason,
Consider
Cosby
it's
forgets
Bill
to put on
Cosby.
his mask, and for some reason, Turtle Man is the only one able to notice that he forgot.
That is terrible.
And yes, he, like many, would be the first to be institutionalized due to Ghost Dad. The chain of suffering had to start somewhere. Everything's all fine and good, but they have to hurry to get ready for this merger because they only have 3 days before he'll start to fade away.
Okay.
Why? Because we can make up any shit that we want. It's the afterlife, and because we don't know anything about it, we can assume that fucking anything
It has a
makes
time
logical
limit.
sense.
You have an
Are you sure we
expiration
have
date.
to recreate the entire gameplay of
I
Sam
food.
and Max Hit the Road?
Hey, I can't help it if they lost the paperwork of the afterlife. This is the only way to keep me visible. Now, where's my Dorothy voice?
I thought as Max I didn't have to do that voice.
When you address anyone else, no, but when you address me, yes.
But Critic, I just don't know how we could possibly reenact the entire game. I mean, we don't even have a giant trout to climb into.
We'll find a way.
Critic, I don't need her to do Sam and Max. I can do both voices on my own.
What's wrong with my voice?
Up. Now you have to say it like a
Sam and
1920s
Max.
paperboy shouting a headline.
I thought that I was doing...
When you're talking to him as Sam, it's Max. But when you're talking to him as Malcolm, it's 1920s paperboy. Now, I'm sorry, rules from upstairs.
Extra! Read all about it! Critic's a big douche!
Hey! I feel my soul fading away from that disloyalty.
That's better than
I'm sure a lot of
Critic's
people
voice.
agree with that.
He's right.
He's a douche.
Critic,
Apologize to him.
as Max or the paperboy?
Go back and forth. I get a strong feeling that'll keep me here longer.
Sorry, Malcolm! I didn't mean it. I've just been in a stinking mood on account of all of these voices!
Apology accepted.
She was saying it to me.
Shut it, Sam! And show her how to do a better Max voice.
Right. The trick is to get it all nasally, kind of like a flamboyant Bugs Bunny.
It's good to be dead.
Oh god, this is awkward. Why couldn't we do anything else apart from fucking Bill Cosby? Of all the
Miles
fucking
Bully gets in the
actors.
car with Cosby's daughter and, of course, not wanting to raise
What
suspicion,
the
he mutilates his body like a possessed Muppet.
Now make sure you get nothing but crappy movies from here on out, Mr. Leguizamo.
You are never, ever going to date that...
Tony Ricker is the only guy in school that knows that I'm alive, and I will date him if I want to.
And of course, as is on par with most of this movie, the family in no way tries to explain the obvious weird shit going on that obviously needs explaining.
And I do not appreciate your interference in my pathetic social life.
Yeah. Not a good idea to talk to yourself. I believe they...
It's her time of the month.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's good
That still works
explanation.
on us, right?
She needs a Snickers. Somebody
It's
give this
okay,
woman a
because
Snickers
this
bar.
movie addresses the important issues that anyone
She
would
needs
be
a Snickers
addressing under
bar.
such bizarre and disturbing circumstances.
How am I gonna be in the
You know how
kitchen
women
and
get
open
when
my
they're on
door
there.
without the trunk of doom?
Time of the month.
Okay, movie, can I bring you up to date on something I don't think you're quite aware of? Here, come closer. Come closer. Little closer. Little closer. Little closer. Okay, you listening? You listening? You listening? Okay. He's dead! What is wrong with you people? Death is not some sort of weird personality trait. It's fucking death!
There's suspension of disbelief, and then there's suspension of just not giving a shit. All of these are just excuses to force what they think is a funny scenario down our throats. But what they're missing is that comedy works when you can have something close to a relatable situation. And nobody, fucking nobody would ever be able to relate with these choices. I mean, they just make no sense. It's like saying, oh my god, America just blew up. Well, let's go start making cream cheese.
What?
You don't think we should do something else? No, the cream cheese seems the most logical.
Of course, the cream cheese.
Well, I can't see no reason not to. Let's do it. Cream cheese. Cream cheese.
Cream cheese.
Hello.
Yo, is Diane there? This is Tony Ricker.
Tony Ricker?
Yeah, that's me. Put the bitch on.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Because that's what a teenage boy talking to the parent of a girl he wants to get with would say.
No.
Put the bitch on.
Put the bitch on. No.
It's like you put
No.
a hidden
No,
camera
no,
in
no,
a
no,
real
no, no, no.
family's house because
No.
you guys are just capturing reality so
I don't think
well.
anyone says
Are you
that.
sure you didn't do that?
Oh,
Are
I
you
didn't
sure you
even
didn't
say
put a
that.
hidden
I
camera
don't
in
remember
some
saying anything
family's
on
house
those
and
lines.
This is just the recordings that
No
you're
one
showing
says
us?
that shit.
It's so
What the fuck?
fucking realistic. God!
Well, I bet a couple of people have done it. There's always those
Were
people.
you just raised in a burlap bag being
Maybe
beaten by
he just-
unfunny DVDs of
Maybe he
Carlos
likes treating people
Mencia,
like trash.
and then suddenly released into
Because
the world thinking,
women like being
yeah,
like treated like
I
trash
can represent
sometimes.
the social interactions of the human animal. Well, let me tell you something, movie. Come here. Come here. Little closer. Little closer. Little closer. Fuck you! So he grabs the boy through the telephone wires because...
I mean, some women like
you
being
can't
treated like
prove a
trash.
ghost
They find
can't
that
do
attractive,
and he
but
scares the living shit out of him.
Put
not.
the bitch on
And I
the
said some.
phone. The bitch. Make it to the phone. I'm here, though. Think about Diane.
You know,
Jesus
it just
Christ.
hit me. Cosby in this movie is like a collection of all the unfunny Tim Allen grunts. Not the legitimately humorous ones, just the awkward brand.
And if you so much as call, talk to me, so help me, I'll do things you...
You know what? This movie is so unpleasant and so nasty and so uncomfortable, I really am wondering if this was meant to be a legitimate scary film.
I don't
What
think
you are
so.
about
It's
to
got to be
hear
some
is
sort of
real. It has not been edited or
a comedy scary film. Maybe a horror comedy or...
The subject of some movies is so disturbing that those who experience them will never be the same again.
That brings a whole new life to the video, actually. Like you've never seen it before. Well, we can... Ghost dead. Christ. Coming soon. Yeah, it's a much better trailer, actually, I must say.
And speaking of unintelligent, his son tries to perform an escape act, which of course the teacher allows. Hell, he's probably distracted by where the fuck he got a child-sized straitjacket.
Yeah.
And during his merger,
Jesus, I didn't
Cosby
even know
leads
they
in the
made
middle
those.
and helps him out with his act, which seems to work out well, seeing how he lost the key.
Hi, kid.
I thought you had this big meeting you couldn't leave.
Yeah, I did, but I thought about it and you're more important.
Well, for the brief few moments that I'm here, I've also officially lost my job and the insurance which you kids were yelling at me for to begin with. But hey, what do I care if you're left in financial ruin? At least I helped you in a career you clearly showed you're not cut out for.
Christ.
You're getting an A.
But then
Oh,
the
you get it
scientist
in
shows up
there.
and explains, oh, I can't do this shit justice. Just listen.
You're not a ghost.
What am I?
You didn't die. You just jumped out of your body, that's all.
Oh, okay.
Keep listening.
It's been rumored there was one
Maybe
other case in
time?
America years ago. Before he was able to
Scientific?
find his body and get back into it, this poor fellow had to wear a bunny costume for a week.
What?
Somewhere in Minnesota, I think.
That was my father.
I've always suspected this was an hereditary trait.
Far out.
Where's the science?
So,
No, the science. I wanted the science. It had a redeeming factor through science. It was Star Trek. It was beautiful, but it's all gone.
This is a hereditary thing passed down from generation to generation. And apparently, one of the ways that you can get your soul back into your body involves a rabbit suit that you wear.
No, where's the science? It's gone. They've killed the science. The science was the only redeeming factor.
But that series of sentences.
How could you
is so
do this to
strange,
me?
So bizarre and so troubling
just wanted
to
the
me
science.
that I literally have nothing to say about it. I don't even
For
know
science.
what angle to come at it from. I just have a fear that the more I comprehend what was just said, the more mentally insane I will become.
I know.
So I'm doing it for my own health,
Oh
as
god.
well as yours.
Oh, my health is gone. You go right ahead. I've just fucking lost it already. You go
But just as
ahead.
they're about to go look for his body, his daughter slips on a cliche which causes them to take her to the hospital, which of course causes her to leave her body as well.
Oh,
Hey,
for the
I
love of
guess it's in the
Christ.
blood.
Now they can wear matching
Midichlorian.
costume
Whatever the
bunny
fuck
rabbit
spirit
outfits.
Get back into your body before something serious happens.
Like what?
Don't do this to me.
Always about you, isn't it? How things affect you. Well, I'm thinking of me right now, and this ghost life feels a lot better than that crappy life I was having to live, and I'm not going back to it.
Remember, you got
Again,
kids.
quite clearly understanding teenagers, it captures quite wonderfully that most teenagers want to be ghosts. I don't question it. Doing so might have them recollect the bodysuit scene again.
Yeah.
But as Cosby starts to
Oh,
fade away for good,
Christ.
guess what they just so happen to find in the room next door?
Oh, give me a break. Come on.
Are you really trying to So, insert some Shyamalan bullshit about how everything happens for a reason, and watch as Cosby, coincidentally right next door, reunites with his body.
He's out of sync. Magnetic field without his body.
That suddenly
Which-
raised the question for me, did his suit die too? Was that going to be some sort of spin-off?
Yeah, what happened to his suit? That's a good question. Maybe he likes to appear what he once last thought he was appearing.
Well, pretty fucking confused, seeing how I can see you in the light, even though we clearly established I shouldn't. Dedication. Fuck. So it wasn't really Ghost Dad as much as Comatose Dad, but hey, if they called it that, it wouldn't be nearly as successful. And they all leave to come across a familiar face.
I am yours to command! Go to hell and sit on a red-hot coal! Oh, yes! Yes, evil master!
Wow.
Goes off to kill about a dozen more people. This film is dedicated to the lack of common sense, plausibility, and anything representing
It's
years
stupid.
of human evolution.
I mean,
Whenever you
a
feel
coma
bad about
ghost,
yourself, just be happy that you had
scientifically
nothing to do with
bad.
the
There's no
making of
science
Ghost
behind that.
Dad.
But still,
Guys, this is not only
the
bad,
science,
this is
it died.
fascinatingly bad. Once in a while, there's an impressive effect
I wanted
given
the
time
science to
period, but
shine.
overall, this is one of the biggest question marks of comedies ever. How could anyone think this could work? How could
No,
anyone
this
sign
is
up to it? How could anyone
wrong.
read one page of this script and
It needs-
possibly get a laugh? It's uncomfortable, it's stupid,
Needs
it
a
makes
touch
no
to it.
goddamn sense whatsoever. It is straight up dead on arrival.
Yeah.
And I should
No
know,
fucking
being
way.
dead myself. Actually, I'm not. I'm just still really upset about what they did on Wicker Man.
The Wicker Man.
I figure this
No,
was a
not the
very
beast!
fitting sort
Not
of
the
event.
beast!
I think I pulled it off pretty good, didn't I? I think a moment like that calls for a
How
good
did it get
break.
burned?
Hey, we
How did it
figured
get
it out.
burned?
I'll
How did
play
it get
both Sam
burned?
and Max in a terrifying
Sorry.
hybrid called Sam Max.
Well, I played the girl from their TV show that no one remembers.
Hey, wait a minute. Didn't you say that ghosts couldn't touch things?
Very fascinating.
Yes. Yes, I did.
And yet, You are touching us now.
That is also correct.
You lied to us, didn't you?
Right on the money.
You never killed yourself.
Affirmative.
And you did all of that just to see if we were dumb enough to do it?
Absolutely no part of that was false.
Christ, I'm surprised he
why
didn't kill
are you
himself
just
after watching
calmly
that fucking
explaining it to us
Titanic
here?
movie.
Because quite frankly, you should be ashamed of yourselves for letting me take advantage of you like
Fucking
that.
Titanic.
A ghost?
I'm still going on
ghost?
about today.
You
I know.
honestly fell for that? You were
Goddamn
dumb enough
cartoon
to fall
movie.
for all the
Ugh.
stupid stuff that I was making up on the top of my head. I mean, Sexy Dorothy?
Star Wars
Really?
Whip Whipster.
Oh, look at you!
No.
You look like McGruff the
Not
Crime
Whip
Bunny.
Whipster.
Shame on you. Shame on you both. Now, if you excuse me, I am hoping that the guilt and confusion that you are feeling right now will buy me some time so I can flee to my car like a coward.
I think we all feel a
So,
bit guilty after
he's
watching
not
Star Wars, the
No.
fucking holiday special.
He'll wish he
Oh,
was.
God. Oh, that piece of crap.
Ah! What are you doing with those bunny ears?
I'll show you how to do a Max impression. Hit him in the ball.
Ow! Sexy Dorothy, no!
Click your heels 3 times upside his head.
Ow! Ow! Ow!
Somewhere over your nutsack.
Oh,
Falls on
leave the Goonies alone. Oh, stop hitting those things.
Like a bunny.
Okay, that's the end of the video. That was Ghost Dad. Yeah, no, absolutely not. I thought there was a redeeming factor about this movie. I was thinking scientifically explanation. Maybe his body came out of phase due to the body's magnetic field. You know, the body is made out of different elements. So I was thinking like maybe sort of this phase from the partial reality of Earth. So the Earth's magnetic core spinned around so fast, the magma caused his phasing to be in and out. Just some form of explanation. I don't know. I'm just pulling this out my ass. It's just something that makes sense. Just a little bit of something that makes sense. Yeah. These Earth's magnetic field sort of keeping him on like an anchor. And you know, if I don't know, the world stops spinning, we're all dead. The movie sucks there. Oh God, I said it. The movie just sucks. I'm just looking for a scientific explanation, and the fact that he was in a coma, really. Fucking coma. That is the most cliche, most overdone crap I have ever seen. You know, there's a lot of people that do that sort of thing. Oh, he's in a coma, his spirit is still with us, sort of thing, and you know, he's with us, but he's in a coma. You know, because his brain's dead, but his body's energy and spirit is sort of roaming and stuck on this world. And he must be synchronized with his body and all that stuff. Yeah, I get the science. I can kind of, maybe, no, it's not good. No, I'm sorry, but no, I'm looking for a scientific explanation. But is there really a scientific explanation for ghosts? Yes, if we dig deep enough, if we actually have the right tools, we dig deep enough, and sooner or later, we will find the answers for ghosts. Not that I do believe in ghosts, but if there are ghosts, I believe we could find answers to if we have the right tools and the time and the answers. You know, it's a puzzle, it's a question, and we can find the answer with time and resources and stuff like that. But right now, we probably just don't have the tools. You know, we got the eco meter where it goes beep 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 when you're in like a magnetic field where it detects something. You know, I don't know, all those tools and stuff. You know, one day we will, probably in 100, 200 years, we'll find out they're not actually ghosts, that it's just time disruption, or other realities, alternate realities, fading in and out with one another. And the alternate realities are creating some sort of time loop or echo, a time echo of what we once was. So it's probably just hundreds of thousands of fucking an infinite verse of alternate realities crossing and fading in with one another, like a major jigsaw puzzle or something like that. I don't know. I have no explanation for this movie. I'm just making shit up just to fill in the gaps at this point because this movie didn't make any fucking sense. I mean, really, Christ. God, no, this movie sucks. And, you know, for those who felt very uncomfortable throughout this whole entire movie, I do apologize. I know. It was Bill Cosby. It was awkward because, you know, what happened to him, for those who don't know, I would research that, what happened to him. Yeah, it's really awkward, the look back. You know, I just want to say, I never actually watched a Bill Cosby movie. I never grew up watching him or anything like that, so I'm fine with that. But I never really watched his movies or anything like that. I'm sure others did, but I never once watched a movie with Bill Cosby. The only time I heard about him was with the allegations and stuff like that. Well, they're not allegations, they're real now. You know, and that's the only thing. And he was in like a TV series or something like that. And that's really all I knew about him at the time. So I just want to say that, is that I didn't actually grow up watching the guy. I'm sure you did, and I'm sure you're very disappointed, and I'm sorry, and it sucks, but, you know, it's what happens, you know, as you put your faith in people, and they always disappoint you. That's why I never put my faith in people. I always put their faith in their work or something like that. Yeah, if you like this video, make sure to give a like, comment down below, make sure to subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.